Hello and welcome to my world of crochet. My name is Stine and today I'm here with you for another yarn talk video. And as you know, we cannot talk yarn without me having my faithful mug of tea. And today this tea is one of the only green teas that I actually drink, which is a green tea with a flavor of mandarin and orange. So for green tea, it's actually, yeah, it's pretty good. I'm just not a big fan of green teas, but this one is actually one I do enjoy. For the other clever eye that regularly watches my video have noticed that my orchid is gone, and right now I do have a vase of flowers here with some absolutely lovely amaryllis. The amaryllis flower is some flowers that I got on New Year's Eve. I got them from my mom-in-law because we had invited her to come and celebrate it here with us. And I was a bit surprised that she actually came with a bunch of flowers for me. I'm really happy for them because the amaryllis is really a flower I do enjoy, but it's not a flower that will like it's a winter spring themed one. Usually you get them in bulbs and you don't water them and they eventually bloom and stand for quite a while. I do not believe, considering these are cut off, so it's just a stem that's in water. I do not assume that they will stay forever, unfortunately. They are really gorgeous and I just wanted to give them some respect. And of course they are in the colors of the Danish flag. So another thing that I don't definitely want to discount. Amaryllis actually is a flower that I learned to know as a child. And in Danish, it has a nickname called De Fire Verdenshjørner. De Fire Verdenshjørner is translated to English as the four corners of the world. And the reason for this is when the amaryllis really blooms, it has these big flowers. It has four and they go out as four corners basically. And therefore you say it's the four corners of the world. It's just a beautiful flower, and I thought I wanted to give the flower a little bit of respect and allow it to enter my yarn talk video now when it was possible. So that's why it's there. We have plenty of things to talk about today that's not necessarily related to flowers, because it is my first yarn talk video of the new year and a few things are going to change in my yarn talks. We're also going to talk about a finished project, and I've made good progress, I think, on 3 other projects. So I currently have 3 projects I'm working on, always debating on adding more projects, but I really should try to limit and work some of them away. So we're going to talk about those, but we're also going to talk about a few changes to my YouTube channel. You're used to my yarn talk videos being on Mondays. I am going to change this, so future yarn talk videos will be posted on Fridays. The reason for this is that my partner changes his work schedule, and the change of his work schedule makes it so that he has to be off work every second Monday now, because he's going to work more for his own business. And this basically causes the issue that if I recorded Monday morning, I will be disturbing him working, because he would be starting working already when I would usually be recording my videos. And therefore, it seems to be more logic that I just, I move my yarn talks to Friday. It's not really gonna matter much in the sense of, it's just gonna be the day they're posted. And then instead of posting my yarn hauls and tutorials and whatnot on Fridays, I will be starting posting those on Mondays. Another change that I've made is that my giveaway videos will be likely going to be from Wednesday to Wednesday instead. It spreads out the video posting, which is something you two like, but also it allows me a few more days before people need to really message me if I want to get their gifts shipped when I go to the city in the weekend. That's usually when I visit the post office. So as of such, that would make best sense. So yeah, that's kind of the changes. So I'll be having yarn hauls, tutorials and whatnot, other videos on Mondays. I will have my giveaways on Wednesdays, and I will have my yarn talks on Fridays. And of course, in between, I still have the random video that might come and pop up for you. So that's part's not changed as much. Then I also want to thank all of the new members. Yay! Because I actually got 28 members since my last yarn talk video, and I am on my road to hit the 1,000 members. And once we do that, we will have an extraordinary giveaway. So a giveaway outside of the regular ones. Haven't really decided completely yet what that's gonna be. But if you are as quickly joining my channel as you have since last yarn talk video, I better get started thinking. Anyhow, thank you for having joined. Welcome to the new ones. And the old ones I still very much appreciate. So thank you for that. Then what I have done is that I have about a month and a half, maybe almost 2 months ago, I was approved by YouTube for fan monetization, which is basically just being able to enable super thanks and enable memberships on my channel. And in the beginning, I didn't do much with it because I wanted to really think well about what do I want to do and what can I offer for everyone. So I've kind of come to the conclusion that it's time to enable my memberships. So now you can join my memberships. So what you should notice is that you have a little join button here down below the video saying that you can join my memberships. I have 3 price tiers offering 3 different things, of course, or the higher tier you pick, the more you get. And it's not that they have a lot of perks yet. That is a development, but I've named them a bronze, a silver, and gold. And the reason for this is basically related to my past. I've done a lot of sports in my past, so that's a big part of me. I am working on getting membership icons made. I'm working on getting some emojis made. I hope that I eventually, maybe out in the future, will get some more time to be able to maybe do some lives. In the beginning, it's more likely to be pop-up lives and not like lives that's gonna be regularly occurring, simply because currently my life doesn't allow it, at least with everything that I have going on next to this. So, but I will be happy to start doing some pop-ups if time allows me. And then for the membership perks, basically all members that will join my membership will get access to membership polls. These membership polls are likely going to be, you can help me pick which companies I'm going to do yarn hauls from. So at least a yarn haul a month where you guys have the ability to go in and vote which company I need to haul yarn from. For example, if we vote in January, that will be for a yarn haul that will eventually come on my channel for February, etc. That's the thought of them, these polls. It could also be polls on what tutorial to make next or what colors to use for whatever project. So yeah, yarn membership polls to help me make some decisions that eventually will affect the content that I'm posting on this channel. If you want to join the silver level membership, you will get early access to videos, and that will be early access to, for example, my yarn haul videos or tutorials. It's not going to be early access to giveaways because that is against YouTube's policies. It's likely also not going to be the yarn talk videos because obviously my yarn talk videos, yeah, they're posted on the same day, so it's not really making too much sense to delay them further. And then the gold members, they also get shootouts either here in my yarn talk videos or in live chats. So that's kind of the membership levels I have right now. There might be more perks added later. If you feel like supporting me, or if you feel like buying me a cup of tea, join my memberships. That would be absolutely cool. So I think we talked a lot about all these changes coming up, but it's time to talk about my finished project. And that is this a gorgeous turtle. I think it's super gorgeous. It's just the size of my hand. I made this with the Linde Hobby Velvet Lock Yarns. So gorgeous. A bit funny story about this. So this is a hobby pattern, and the hobby pattern I linked to down below. I followed it and I read the pattern, and all the items made, I just needed to sew it together. And when I was about to start sewing it together, I was like, I made a mistake. The shell was more like a ball. It did not have this brim. You can see it has this clear brim now. It didn't. Like, there's no brim here. Well, there is, but it's so difficult to see compared to this one. What was my mistake? I was like, I made a mistake. And then I was reading the pattern through again. I was like, right, yeah, now I understand. So the last round of the green, you crochet the whole round in the front loop. And then you change color to this bottom color and what the color is the head's from and so on. And when that's changed, you simply, I just continued crocheting them in the back loop of the following row, so on all the last green row, but no, I had to use the unused back loops in the row before and then finish it up like that. Well, I didn't, but I did here, which is the reason you can see the difference between these two, because I have exact same amount of rows. It's just where I placed the stitches. It's a bit funny, I can laugh of it. I had sewn it all together. Now it's just more like a ball with a funky color, not completely symmetric. And I'm like, okay, what am I gonna do with this ball? And I'm like, I can unravel it and use it for filling, but I can also probably just do something else with it. So I contacted my mom, and I agreed with my mom that I can donate this ball to where they have this. She has a group where you can donate homemade stuff to good purpose, and they usually do like socks and hats and scarves for homeless people, but they also send clothing to emergency centers, crisis centers. So for refugees, for example, there is a lot of refugees right now in Denmark from Ukraine, but also from Syria, Palestine, and other places in Europe. They come to Denmark in the hope that they can get to live there, and they become a part of these refugee centers, and they also have children there. So I thought, this ball, it's about the size of a tennis ball, maybe a little bit less. It's soft and squishy. Maybe they could use it. And I was told, yeah, of course, they need choice there as well. So instead of unraveling this and using it as filling, because it is further a perfectly healthy sound ball with a bit of fluff, it's soft, why not donate it? So that's what I'm gonna be doing. So I'll be bringing this one with me to Denmark next time I go to Denmark, and then it can go to a refugee center and hopefully make a child happy there, even though it's not perfectly aligned, but it's a ball and somebody probably wouldn't care much, you know. It's just like having something is better than nothing. So that's what's gonna happen with the missucceeded shell, and I can laugh of it, you know, like it's just about this not reading the full pattern through. You can clearly see the difference between them. It's a bit funny. I'm laughing, and if you're laughing, that's fine. Then I'm usually doing my projects in the order that I started working on them. So the next project we're going to talk about is my Oasis cardigan from a Drops design. And oh my god, this cardigan is a cardigan that I've been working on, and I put away, and I've unraveled, and I've worked on it, and I've put it away. And finally I started working on it again. And if I just had read it a bit more thoroughly, I could probably have figured this out, but I ended up bringing it home from Christmas. I talked with my mom about the pattern. We both agreed it was really, really poorly written. So if you start by Drops patterns, please be prepared to use a bit of imagination. It's definitely not beginner-friendly patterns. Maybe that's why I'm struggling. Sometimes I do feel like a beginner. But I think the conclusion is it's just poorly written. What is the Drops cardigan? Let's see. It does have a lot of unwoven entails. Please ignore those. But here we are. And as you can see, we are actually making some headway, and it should be more like this, because this is the back piece, what you're seeing, and you can see the arms, and I can see that I've made nice room for the arms here. So this is basically, it's crocheted in the round, and we keep going around and around and around. Right now we are about 47 centimeters in diameter, and I need to proceed 49, I think, 49 in diameters, and I need to continue until it's 90. That is another 40 centimeters. So that is another couple of rounds for sure. Right now it is simple. It's just repeating the pattern. And there is this nice chart describing the pattern. So there is a bunch of chains, and there's a bunch of double crochets, and then there are the fans. And when you have made this repeat and you get all the way up here, you see there are 6 double crochets between the 2 fans here, and that's basically the same as starting over here. And then you will continue doing that. So you keep adding more and more of these fan shapes throughout. So let's see if I can actually show that. If we look at the center is here, and you can see here how the fan goes up, and we enter a new fan, we keep the pattern, a new fan comes here, and I am to enter a new fan here. So I inserted these blue stitch markers, light blue stitch markers, to remind me where I need to start extend for the new fans, so that I can keep the fans entering at the right place of the pattern. So it's just more for me to keep track. The purple stitch markers are for the start of the full repeat, some from the very, very center. So the fans that goes out from in here, because this is the same fan row that goes out all the way out to, well, this one, but it's kind of broken, so it's not the best. But yeah, and then I have the dark blue, which is the start of the very first round, but it also starts on one of these very long fans that goes all the way to the center. That's basically how it is right now. So I'm going to continue this pattern and keep working on it until it's 90 centimeters wide. I want to have this done, at least this back piece done, before I go to Denmark for a birthday party in 2 weeks' time. So that means in 2 weeks I should have a yarn talk video, but in 2 weeks I won't be around because I'm in a car, because I'm going home to Denmark to celebrate a couple of birthdays, basically. My dad is turning 70 this month. My mom is having her birthday. She's actually having her birthday today. Happy birthday, Mom. Just wanted to say that, everyone. Feel free to congratulate my mom. It is her birthday today. But it's also my own birthday later this month. So we're celebrating family birthday, and I'm gonna see my whole family. And I don't see my family very often. I did see half of them at Christmas. The other half I didn't reach to see, but I will see them for my dad's birthday. So yeah, basically I will probably figure out something else for the yarn talk on Friday in 2 weeks. It could be I recorded Thursday, so you still have it Friday. A little bit undecided on that, but it is a likelihood. But I hope to have this done, the 90 centimeter diameter done, before I go to Denmark. Because if I need further help for the next steps of the pattern, I will see my mom by then. So that will be perfect timing to do it like that. And then I'll probably bring it home again if needed. I don't know yet, but if I do, it makes best sense to have ensured that I have it, basically. I guess it's that simple. But that is my Drops cardigan, and I'm working in this baby merino. It is from Drops also. I have the label here. So there are these donut skeins of 50 grams. They are 1.75 ounces and 175 meters, so that's 191 yards. And it's 100% superwash baby merino wool, and it's so, so soft. Therefore, I really look forward for this cardigan because on a chillier day, you know, I can take it on. And that's it, baby. It's made in the EU. It's this lovely baby soft grey, and yeah, that's pretty much what's to be said about it. Then when I was home at Christmas, I started on a new project, which is a poncho. And it's the Inlines alpaca poncho, which is a hobby paid pattern by, I do believe, Tentator, which is a Danish designer. I'm working on it, and I progressed pretty well, I think. Let's see, I'm just gonna take my project crate. We have started entering the lighter blues, and right now it's very simple because it's just plain straight and forward, and I need to do that a lot of rounds until it's big enough. And it's very simple. It's a very simple repeat. So in each end I have 2 double crochets, 2 chains, 2 double crochets, and then I continue with a front post double crochet, back post double crochet, front post double crochet, back post double crochet, and I keep doing that around and around and around, except for, of course, the ends I do it a little bit different so I can get to expand it. So I always finish before I get to the end. I finish with the front post double crochet, and then I do the 2 regular double crochets into the loop here, into the chain space, the 2 chains, and then another 2 double crochets into this chain space, and then I keep going around again. And that's going to be the whole bottom part. I have not officially tested this one completely on yet, so I'm actually gonna be curious as to this is the first part of it. It's not too bad. That's what you could also with this one, and that's what's interesting with this poncho. You can also use it sidewise if you want to. And I honestly say it's actually, it didn't feel as it gotten that far, but when I'm sitting with it on here, I can actually feel how it warms my shoulders. It's alpaca. Hobby uses their wheel of alpaca for this pattern. I have used some yarn art flowers alpaca, and I am 99.9% sure it's the same yarn, but this is the ones I use. Yarn art flowers alpaca. This is the cake I'm working on right now, so you can see this is kind of where I am at, my working cake. But let's talk about this just shortly. It's a 250 gram cake. So that is 8.8 ounces or 8.75 ounces approximately. And for this you get 940 meters of this lovely alpaca cake, and 840 meters is 1,027 yards. It is 80% acrylic and 20% merino, and I can really feel the warmth of the merino here. So right now I can't wait to get done with this. They recommend 2 of these for a sweater or 1 for a shawl. It's a 2-weight yarn, consider it a 2-weight yarn. I'm using a 5mm crochet hook for this. It can be because of the ripply effect. Definitely not impossible. It's made in Turkey. It says hand wash at 30 degrees Celsius, so that's 85 Fahrenheit. Dry clean is okay. Lay flat to dry, can be ironed. Do not bleach, do not tumble dry. It's that simple. Of course, it's wool. It's alpaca wool, and it's really warm and super simple. So what I'm gonna do with this, because I do go in the car a couple of times in January, next weekend, so not this weekend, but next weekend, I will be in Germany. It's not far. It's just a 2 hours drive or something like that. And if I'm sitting in the car, being transported, so to say, I do enjoy having something to do. So I will probably bring this project because it's a good project to do in the car, because it's mindless, like, you know, front post, back post, front post, back post. I also worked on it on the way home from Denmark in the car, where we had like 9 hours in the car. And we are going to Denmark in 2 weeks, so I'll bring this one with me as well to work on it. I don't expect it to be done by then. And it's also my project I'm working on when I'm watching TV right now. I don't reach to get an awful lot done, but it's okay. I am focusing a bit more on the cardigan right now, and this one is getting its love. I just in a bit different way. So it's you know, different projects for different situations. I think that is the most fair to say. Different projects for different situations. Yeah, so that is a very gorgeous cake, and there's a very gorgeous project. I'm gonna put it away just for a minute before we are gonna talk about the last project I'm currently working on. And that last project, I have also a little project carried here. And that is the year's very long-term project. I will not be done with this one very soon. Of course, if I only worked on this and I had the time, I would. But it's not a project that I can work on during work meetings or during watching TV or whatever. It's a project that really requires me to have attention on what I'm doing. This is a mosaic blanket that I'm started, and it is the mosaic blanket named a Fleur. Fleur is designed by Anke Wintermans, and she's a Dutch designer who makes a lot of absolutely gorgeous, stunning mosaic patterns. This one is just, Fleur is a Dutch name for flower. She makes patterns with elementals and everything else. Like she makes lots of beautiful work. I have mad respect for her. I'm using Stylecraft yarn, Stylecraft DK, Special DK. Right now, the two first I'm using for the mosaic is this cream and this, not really sure what it's called, burgundy red. That would be these, if you're not familiar with it. Stylecraft Special Double Knit, so Special DK. It's 100% premium acrylic, and it feels really nice, so I can imagine it's being a premium. The funny thing is I can't feel difference on these two. Like the beige or ecru white here feels softer than the burgundy. And it can't, it's possible it's due to how the yarn is dyed, that the dye gives different softness. That's seen before. But it's able, you can wash it at 30 degrees, so 85 Fahrenheit. You can actually tumble dry this at cool, so lowest temperature. You can also cool iron it, so like at very low iron, and you can dry clean it. They recommend a 4mm crochet hook, which is also what I'm using for this project. Yeah, it's 100 grams skeins, so that's 3.5 ounces, to 295 meters. So that is 322 yards for these cakes. And they come in all sorts of colors. And the part I've made is I've done the first 9 rows. It does not sound much. This is mosaic from center out. And it's the first time I'm doing it. And I've been watching some YouTube videos to help guide me as to how I do this. And it's basically a mosaic crochet is only, you need to chain 4 times. And then you need to join in the round by an invisible join. That's pretty simple when you got it under your knee. And then you need to double crochet and single crochets. This is where we are at now after row 9. On the back, it looks different. It's not going to look the same on the back, and it never will. And that's just something you have to accept. In the beginning, I thought it was going to look the same. If that's going to happen, I will need to make another blanket and sew them together. If I want to do that, it's a complete other story. I might just end up getting a piece of fabric and sew it on just to keep it nice. Or maybe I will get and make a double one. I don't know. First, let's finish this and see how it looks when I'm done. And you basically overlay with the double crochets. So for example, if I wanted to cover up these single crochets, which I have here, I will overlay them by doing double crochets with the white. And that's basically how it works. And the white, there are white here behind, but they've been overlaid by double crochets of the burgundy. So that's basically how you do. So you follow this lovely pattern and you keep working around following this pattern, and that just ends up with this. As I said, I reached round 9, so this is 9 rounds from the center, and I'm not gonna be done yet because this is 9 rounds. There is 129 rounds before I'm done, and I can definitely tell you I'm not gonna be done very soon. So this is a project which is a project I can work on when I have time to actually focus and have everything laid out and I'm sitting at my table, which would be this one, which I'm sitting with right now. It's my kitchen table, eating table, dinner table, whatever. And that is basically where I could work on this project because I do have room to lay out patterns and keep track, and like I put lines for how far I've gotten to make sure that I am at the right place and it all makes sense. Because it is really important that you keep catch of which stitches belongs by what. It's not something you can do as mindlessly. Or maybe you can when you get more practiced. Could be later on. I have more. I did buy this as a pack or as a project, as a box. And I bought it at a Dutch web store called Wolplein. It's also called Jan Plaza in English. We do have an English web shop as well. And basically the whole project in this bag, more or less, was for me. I do believe right now it's, except for 2 yarns, it's the only things that was in it. I do apologize, I do have other yarns in this. For example, the green, which is also one that will be used later for this project. So that's basically it. That's a project I'm working on. Yay. So I think that was pretty much the summarize. Lots of things happened. Thank you very much. If you haven't done it yet, do please subscribe to my channel because we are on our way to 1,000. And if you're one of the new joiners, I really hope you enjoy my channel and will be hanging around and staying with us because I do love expanding my yarn community. Cool. And on Monday, we have a yarn haul video coming up. Wednesday, we will draw the winner of my current running giveaway. If you haven't entered that one yet, I will post a link to that at the end of this video. It will come up here. And I will also have a link to it in the description box down below. Yeah, and then of course I'll be back on Friday with a new yarn talk video. That's probably more or less it. I may do pop-up lives in the future. Everything depends on scheduling here at home. It's not gonna be a regular thing because I simply at the current time do not have that much time for it. I would love to start doing it more often, but time will show how much I can do it. If you have any suggestions for me, if you have anything you would like me to do or look into, etc., also feel free to comment down below. And yeah, I will see you very soon in another video. Take care and happy crafting. Until then, bye.